Because if you want to talk about hitting hard, I mean, Ilia Topuria, fuck me.
That's when you think like Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira dominates Max Holloway, and then you realize like how quickly Ilia Topuria starched Charles Oliveira, and you go, how good is that guy?
Right.
He's a once in a generation talent. Like he knocked out in 3 fights 3 all-time greats.
Insane.
Volkanovski, and then he knocks out Max Holloway, and then he knocks out Charles Oliveira. In 2 different weight classes, he knocks out 3 all-time greats 3 fights in a row. Yeah. And he just definitive starching of these guys. Like he's a one.
And think how good how dominant Volk is.
Yeah. Like how good he looked against Diego Lopez.
Right.
Yeah. How good Max Holloway looks all the time, especially in the striking exchanges. Max is a very hard guy to hit, and Ilia just dominated him. He's fucking spooky good and insanely confident, insanely charismatic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just people that are better than everybody else, and it seems like Ilia Topuria is one of those guys. He's just weirdly better than everybody else, and he can take it too. Like one of the fights that he had, so when he was competing at featherweight, he took a fight at lightweight against Jai Herbert. And Jai Herbert in the first round caught him with a perfect head kick, rocked him, dropped him, and Ilia Topuria wound up grabbing his legs, taking him down. They fought on the ground, and then the second round, Ilia just put him into the shadow realm. He hit him with a combination against the cage, where he hit him with I think it was a left hook to the body and a right overhand that just spun his head around. It was wild. I mean, face first.
Have you spoken to Justin Gaethje about the fact that he's main eventing the White House, and what part? I know no one's really giving him a shot, but you can't just completely count Justin Gaethje out, right? Like he's still got some kind of shot. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He could look at it as an opportunity where he's got nothing to lose, right? Like you can't lose any worse than Max and Charles did. So like he can go out there and potentially catch Ilia.
So I would say because Justin's so good at like a dirty style of striking, it's like a dirty boxing, but kickboxing, whatever you want to call it, it throws good strikers off. Like look at his fight with Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev is a very clean technical striker. You look at his fight with Rufi, it's a beautiful fight. It's a beautiful striking fight. You look at his fight with Bahamundos, beautiful striking fight. You look at his fights with Justin Gaethje and you're like, that's just an ugly slugfest, but that's because Justin Gaethje is able to make you fall into his fight. It may look ugly to you, but that's how Justin wants to fight. And if he was able to do that with Rafael Fiziev, I think he could possibly do it with Ilia as well. So I think the fight might be closer than people expect.
Ну и последнее, вот ты уже не раз давал понять, что Gaethje против Илии Topuria это мисс-матч. Вот все-таки какой бы, не знаю, совет бы дал, может быть, Gaethje в той части, чтобы он там лучше выглядел, я не знаю, более конкурентным был бой?
Я бы ему сказал бы травмироваться во время подготовки, дать мне шаг вступить в этот бой и забрать титул.
We're gonna go at that. I got Ilia Topuria knocking him out.
Yeah, same here.
I just feel after you've been dropped so much and you're gonna fight somebody who's a deadly striker, great wrestler, who has the chin, who's willing to put himself in the fire to land that shot, and not just a shot to the face. Let's not forget about
UFC just announced a fight card at the White House. And honestly, the combat sports world is losing its collective mind over what's about to go down. This isn't some publicity stunt or celebrity exhibition. This is real championship-level violence happening at the most famous address in America. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje is headlining this historic event. And let me tell you something, this matchup has already sparked the most heated debates we've seen all year. You've got analysts, fighters, and fans going to war on social media about who actually wins this fight. On one side, there's Topuria, this technical assassin who makes finishing people look like an art form. On the other side, you've got Gaethje, a human highlight reel who's turned violence into a science. Perfect technique versus pure destruction. Surgical precision versus controlled chaos. And the crazy part? Nobody can agree on who has the advantage.
White House. And somebody said the card sucks. They brought you what they had. What else could you ever ask of somebody? They brought you what they had. Sean O'Malley and Pierre have been battling for a while now for who's the biggest star in sport. They're both on the card. Pierre is in a brand new weight class with the title opportunity. This is massive. He's not even the main event. Then we're told, while we have bona fide numbers between Pierre and O'Malley, be the big stars in the absence of McGregor. We're told that Ilia Topuria is on the heels of everybody. So now he's going to come in against your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. We're completely dismissing Gaethje, which I feel that you're forgetting is a two-time interim champion of the world. Tell me somebody else who make that claim. Who's a BMF champion of the world. Justin Gaethje has captured 3 belts and is going for his 4th.
But here's where things get absolutely wild. Some fans are actually complaining that this White House card isn't strong enough. I'm not even kidding. They're looking at a lineup featuring Sean O'Malley, Alex Pereira, and this Topuria Gaethje war, and somehow saying it's not enough. Chael Sonnen, who knows a thing or two about what makes a card special, thinks these critics are completely missing the point. According to Sonnen, the UFC assembled the biggest fights they possibly could for this event. You've got legitimate superstars who can headline their own shows any night of the week. But here's what Sonnen thinks people are really overlooking: the massive disrespect being shown to Justin Gaethje. We're talking about a 2-time interim champion, a BMF title holder, a guy who's been in more wars than most fighters see in their entire careers. The fact that anyone is sleeping on what Gaethje brings to this fight is honestly insane when you look at his resume and what he's accomplished in this sport.
I'm not gonna give up on my boy that quick. Okay, Ilia's, but I'll just lay it out there. Ilia's striking is leagues above everybody, like just about everybody in the UFC, you know, and the wrestling and jiu-jitsu is there as well. His timing, his instincts, his instinct to fire off in like his counterattacks. You know, he'll make you pay for every second.
And get this, Robert Whittaker just dropped some absolutely fascinating insights about this matchup that have completely changed how people are looking at this fight. Whittaker, who's faced some of the most dangerous strikers on the planet and knows elite technique when he sees it, thinks Topuria's striking might be on a completely different level from the rest of the roster. When a former champion like Whittaker makes that kind of statement, you need to pay attention. He pointed specifically to Topuria's timing, which he called absolutely immaculate, his instincts that seem almost supernatural, and his ability to fire off these razor-sharp counterattacks that come out of nowhere. Here's the exact quote that's got everyone talking. Topuria's striking is leagues above just about everybody in the UFC. His timing, his instincts, the way he fires off those counterattacks, he'll make you pay for every step you take. Because of that assessment, Whittaker believes Gaethje's team needs to make major adjustments to their game plan. The version of Gaethje who fought Dustin Poirier, as impressive as that performance was, wouldn't be enough to beat Topuria at this current stage of his evolution.
That fight going down.
Well, I do want Gaethje to win that fight. That's a really tough fight. I don't want to bet against Gaethje. I like him.
But hold up, not everyone is counting Gaethje out of this fight just yet. Bryce Mitchell, who's got his own unique perspective on analyzing these matchups, admitted he's rooting for Gaethje and believes the fight is winnable with the right strategy. Mitchell emphasized that targeting the body will be absolutely key to victory, saying that center-line attacks and well-placed body shots could make all the difference. He warned against head hunting, looking for that one big knockout shot to the dome, because that's probably what Topuria expects and is prepared for. Instead, Mitchell suggested that a single well-timed counter to the body could shift the momentum completely and sap Topuria's energy, draining his gas tank and breaking down his structure. His take highlights something important. While Topuria is extremely dangerous, smart adjustments and a well-executed game plan could give Gaethje a legitimate path to getting his hand raised. Mitchell sees a very specific blueprint for victory, and it all comes down to execution under pressure.
I bet for who I like, so I'll bet with who I like, and then I would tell Gaethje he's going to have to target the body. He's going to have to do center line attacks, not just all hooks. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, these body shots are very valuable. I haven't seen Gaethje do a ton of body work, and I would say that would be the one thing. Don't go in there headhunting him. You know, he will slip and do a quick body shot, and it'll affect you. You're not going to have that presence when you're body.
Here's the kicker, though. Mitchell also sees a path for Gaethje to turn the tables if he maintains his presence in the pocket and avoids getting hurt early. The plan should be relatively simple on paper. Keep your hands high to protect against those lightning-fast counters. Mix in calf kicks to slow down Topuria's movement and chip away at his base. Then follow up with straight rights or left hooks when Topuria's weight is shifted and he's vulnerable. By pacing himself properly, not burning out in the first round trying to get the finish, and picking his shots wisely rather than swinging wildly, Gietich could challenge Topuria's dominance and make this matchup genuinely competitive. It's all about fighting smart, using pressure intelligently, and not falling into the traps that Topuria sets for aggressive fighters who get careless. The question is whether Gietich can stick to that game plan when the violence starts flying.
But if Justin Gaethje has that presence and is not hurting, he can march Ilia down. And I promise you, Ilia will not do as good on the back foot. If I was Gaethje's coach, I would say, go forward with your hands high, kick that calf. And if Gaethje comes out orthodox, you already know Ilia is going to slam a calf kick. So either time a straight right or a left hook off of that kick and just come out the fucking gate swinging. And don't waste too much energy right off the bat.
But wait, it gets even more interesting. Demetrius Johnson, one of the greatest fighters to ever do it and someone whose opinion carries enormous weight in the MMA community, is confident that Topuria will finish this fight. Johnson is predicting a knockout victory, and his reasoning is absolutely brutal. He points out that after taking significant damage in previous bouts, battles that took years off his career, facing a fighter like Topuria right now is a massive challenge. We're talking about a deadly striker with solid wrestling credentials to back up his stand-up game, a proven chin that's been tested under fire, and a willingness to take calculated risks that makes him unpredictable and dangerous. Johnson also emphasized that Topuria's bodywork is just as dangerous as his head attacks, maybe even more so because people don't see it coming. You can't just focus on protecting your head and forget about your body, because Topuria will exploit that weakness immediately and break you down systematically until you can't continue fighting.
If we're gonna go at that, I got Ilia Topuria knocking him out.
Yeah, same here.
I just feel after you've been dropped so much and you're gonna fight somebody who's a deadly striker, great wrestler, who has a chin, who's willing to put himself in the fire to land that shot, and not just a shot to the face. Let's not forget about.
Now listen to this part. The winner of this White House main event already has their next opponent locked and loaded. Bo Nickel has his eyes firmly set on the next big matchup in the division, believing that Arman Tsarukyan has absolutely earned a title shot and should face whoever walks out of that cage victorious. Nickel explained his reasoning, pointing out that Arman is always staying active, taking grappling matches against tough opponents, doing everything out of genuine love for the sport and competition. According to Bo's assessment, Tsarukyan's mix of elite-level skill, dedication to constantly improving, and pure passion for fighting makes him a legitimate contender who's ready for that next step. A showdown with whoever wins the White House main event would be absolutely explosive, the kind of fight that fans won't want to miss under any circumstances. And here's the crazy part, this isn't just speculation anymore.
Yeah, do you have a little tip for our boy Arman Tsarukyan? Because he seems like he's like begging for one of those opportunities and he can't buy it.
I think, Arman's so interesting. This dude's like just killing side quests like all the time, right? He's doing the RAF matches, grappling matches, he's doing everything. So I don't know. I mean, I think he probably is in a unique scenario where he comes from a lot of money and, he's not fighting to, try to make money. He already has it. So he's doing this more like just out of love. And I think that, yeah, he definitely deserves that title shot. I would like to see him versus the winner of
Arman Tsarukyan himself has confirmed that he's next in line to face the winner, and it all depends on who comes out on top of this historic White House battle. He revealed in a recent interview that UFC brass told him directly that he'll fight the winner of Topuria versus Gietich, making it crystal clear that his next bout will be a high-stakes showdown for all the marbles. This announcement puts Tsarukyan in the perfect position to immediately challenge whichever fighter emerges victorious from that brutal main event, keeping the entire lightweight title picture sizzling with anticipation. It's the kind of setup that makes the division feel alive and exciting, knowing that whoever wins has another monster waiting in the wings, ready to test them as soon as they've recovered from this war.
Ilia versus Justin, and after that I'll fight them.
Oh, really? That's like kind of official?
Yeah. It's not official, but they say like that.
Okay, so you'll be the next in line once that fight happens.
Yeah, and I can fight with the winner, Oliveira and Holloway as well, because I don't want to wait too much. So if they offer me Oliveira or Holloway, I'll fight them, because
So I would say, because Justin's so good at like a dirty style of striking, it's like a dirty boxing, but kickboxing, whatever you want to call it. It throws good strikers off. Like look at his fight with Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev is a very clean technical striker. You look at his fight with Rufi, it's a beautiful fight. It's a beautiful striking fight. You look at his fight with Bahamundos, beautiful striking fight. You look at his fights with Justin Gaethje and you're like, that's just an ugly slugfest, but that's because Justin Gaethje is able to make you fall into his fight. It may look ugly to you, but that's how Justin wants to fight. And if he was able to do that with Rafael Fiziev, I think he could possibly do it with Ilia as well. So I think the fight might be closer than people